Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Wednesday, December 24th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Cullman nonprofits now have a new free tool to search grants and funding, the library's latest resource. Plus, a local group honored Confederate veterans with handmade wreaths placed at grave sites across Cullman County. And need somewhere for those extra Christmas boxes? The county is placing temporary dumpsters at multiple locations. We'll tell you where. All this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Cullman County nonprofit leaders and community organizations now have a new way to research grants and funding opportunities through the Cullman County Public Library system. Library officials recently announced access to Candid, a nationwide resource for nonprofit and grant research. Candid, formerly known as the Foundation Center and GuideStar, is widely used to help organizations identify potential funders, track giving patterns, and find opportunities that match specific programs and projects. The database allows users to search grant-making foundations and review detailed profiles that include past grants and funding priorities. It also includes training and tools aimed at strengthening grant writing skills and improving organizational effectiveness. Access is free for library patrons, but it must be used on-site at one of the library's branches while connected to the library's Wi-Fi. Patrons can find the link through the library's online resources page. The service is provided through support from the Alabama Public Library Service. For more information, visit the main library at 200 Clark Street Northeast, call 256-734-2720, or visit cullmanlib.org. The Thomas Jefferson Denny Camp 1442, a local camp of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, marked the holiday season by placing handmade wreaths at the graves of Confederate veterans at 4 locations in Cullman County. Camp members met December 11th and assembled 37 wreaths using Christmas tree limbs, then hand-tied bows to finish each one. The wreaths were placed Saturday, December 13th as part of the group's annual effort to recognize historic grave sites and those buried there. Members pictured during the project include Rick Liepert, Wayne Willingham, Nathan Lamar, and Jason Willingham. Cullman County Commission officials say extra dumpsters will be placed around the county for Christmas trash and cardboard boxes. The dumpsters will be set out on Wednesday, December 24th, and picked up Friday, December 26th. Officials stress the dumpsters are for extra holiday trash and boxes only, not furniture or other bulky items. Locations listed by the county include Cold Spring School, the Crane Hill Sheriff Annex, West Point Town Hall, the Old Hangar at Joppa, Eastside Road Department, Vinemont Providence Fire Station 1, Shaw's Old Restaurant in Holly Pond, the Good Hope Sheriff Annex, Westside Road Department, Jones Chapel Fire Department, and behind the Hanceville Civic Center. Residents are encouraged to use the nearest site and help keep the areas clean so the dumpsters can remain available through the holiday pickup period. And that's all for our top stories this morning. Coming up, a top 5 girls showdown came down to the final minute. West Point held off Good Hope 56-52. Sports is next. Welcome back. 2 top 5 teams squared off Monday night at Good Hope with 5A number 4 West Point outlasting 4A number 2 Good Hope 56-52. The Lady Warriors led 31-24 at halftime, pushed the margin to double digits early in the fourth, then held on as the Lady Raiders mounted a late charge. West Point built early momentum behind Jalen and Cameron Faulkner, Patton Fell, and Kaylee Harbison, and carried a 7-point lead into the break. In the third, the Lady Warriors stretched it to as many as 13, but Good Hope stayed within striking distance and cut it to 45-37 entering the fourth. West Point opened the final period up 49-37, but Good Hope answered with a strong run, highlighted by Ella Davis inside, trimming it to 52-50, and later 54-52 with just a minute to play. Kately Simmons finished the game with a key basket in the paint to seal it. Lakeland Shaddix led West Point with 14 points. Jalen and Cameron Faulkner scored 10 each, with Fell and Harbison adding 9 apiece. For Good Hope, Davis had 14, Lucy Adams 13, Sophie Conrad 10, and Lexi Marshall 7. West Point improves to 14-1 and earns the top seed in next month's county tournament. And that wraps up sports for today. Coming up next, The Link is sharing its 2025 impact, big growth in youth programs and a major jump in pantry demand. Plus, seniors from across Cullman County packed the OmniPlex for the annual Senior Christmas Party. Food, music, prizes, and plenty of holiday cheer. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The Link of Cullman County is sharing a snapshot of its 2025 impact, noting the organization is now operating as a family resource center. The Link reported serving 264 local children through volunteers in public schools, after school tutoring, and its STEAM and kindergarten readiness camps. The STEAM program extended to 2 sites in 3 weeks, serving 120 students, and the VIPS Mentor program added 3 schools: Fairview High School, Holly Pond Middle School, and Cullman City Primary School. The Link also reported a 375% increase in families using the pantry, with 981 families served in November and more than 457,000 pounds of food rescued so far this year. A monthly after-hours distribution was added to reach more working families. In parenting and personal betterment classes, the Link reported 379 graduation certificates awarded and expanded offerings. Seniors from across Cullman County gathered Tuesday, December 16th for the annual Senior Christmas Party hosted by the Cullman County Commission on Aging and the Active Adult Center. The celebration was held at the Cullman OmniPlex and featured food, music, door prizes, and holiday fellowship. Organizers recognized volunteers and community partners who helped with food service, transportation, and guest support throughout the day. Special recognition was given to Temple Baptist Church volunteers Weston Cockrell and Luke Parker, who helped shuttle attendees safely to and from vehicles during extremely cold temperatures. Organizers also thanked elected officials for their support of senior services and programming throughout the year, noting the county's legislative delegation includes Senator Garland Gudger, Representative Heath Albright, Representative Cindy Myrex, and Representative Tim Wadsworth. Festive awards went to Henry Arndt of the Simcoe Senior Center and Jamie McBrayer of the Cullman Senior Center. Herschel Brimhall won the grand prize, sponsored by Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services. The event is open to Cullman County residents ages 55 and older. Cullman Regional Medical Center is reminding patients that the emergency room will remain open 24/7 through the holiday, but urgent care and outpatient clinics will run on an adjusted schedule. On Christmas Eve, December 24th, internal and family medicine, pediatrics, interventional spine and joint, and urology will be open for morning appointments only. The outpatient lab will be open 7 a.m. to 1 p.m., and urgent care and all other clinics will be closed. Urgent care and all other clinics will also be closed on Christmas Day. On Friday, December 26th, urgent care and Turning Point Psychiatry will return to regular hours, and the outpatient lab will again be open 7 to 1 p.m. All other clinics will be closed that day. Hospital officials encourage patients to plan ahead and use the ER for emergencies. While Christmas is on everyone's mind right now, the Cullman Area Chamber Foundation is already looking ahead to the next big celebration, its inaugural Mardi Gras Parade and Gumbo Cook-Off, presented by Lister Hill Credit Union. The event is set for Saturday, February 14th in Cullman's Arts District along 4th Street Southwest and the Cotton Creek area. Organizers say it'll be a family-friendly day featuring a Mardi Gras parade followed by a gumbo cook-off with teams competing for best gumbo and community bragging rights. Attendees can expect gumbo tastings, festive decor, and live music. Parade and cook-off registration is expected to open soon. Proceeds will benefit the Cullman Area Chamber Foundation, supporting programs focused on education and leadership development locally. Organizers are encouraging families, businesses, and civics groups to take part, whether by marching, entering a cook team, or coming out to enjoy the food and festivities. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week. Anthony Bruce Wise, 68 of Cullman, passed away Saturday, December 20th. Graveside service will be held Friday, December 26th at 11 a.m. at New Prospect Baptist Cemetery. Mary Jo Gertzman, 80 of Vinemont, passed away Sunday, December 21st. Visitation will be Sunday, December 28th from 1 to 3 p.m. at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Funeral service will be held Sunday at 3 p.m. at the funeral home with burial at Rock Springs Cemetery. Carolyn Marie Tarvin, 79 of Holly Pond, passed away Monday, December 22nd. A memorial service will be announced at a later date. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at your Christmas weather forecast. Today will be partly sunny with a high near 72. Winds stay light, then turn west-southwest around 5 miles an hour this afternoon. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low around 53 and a light southwest breeze developing. On Christmas Day, we're mostly sunny and mild with a high near 72. Great weather for traveling, opening presents, and giving Santa an easy ride through Cullman County. A west-southwest wind runs 5 to 10 miles an hour with gusts up to 15. Christmas night stays partly cloudy with a low around 55. Winds go light, then turn south-southwest after midnight with a few gusts possible. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back bright and early Friday morning at 6:30 a.m. Until then, I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today, wishing you a Merry Christmas, Cullman.